Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus. Wiley out here flexing on them right now, hitting that low, feeling real good. I'm going to tell y'all why, man. Got a lot of love out here in these streets with a K for this book right here. That's going to be for you. You know who you are. You are a Wiley's World member. But for those who are guessing that 100 KKK, the date and time, exact day and time, we go over 100K. That's for you, or you get this jersey. Somebody said they want this jersey. Well, somebody gonna get this jersey. Hook you up with this jersey. Damn, look how big them numbers are. And boy, these are iron on, sewed on, but boy, they on there. Let's get into this show. You know how we started off every day. What's up with that dude? Well, I'm gonna start off with a modern family explanation. Yes, that's what happened with us in this household yesterday. My little itty bitty, the most itty of the bitties, right? My 3-year-old was talking to her sister who's 24 years old. Now, kids are smart and they're not so socialized that they will tell you 100 what they really feel. So she looking at her and she's like, "That's my daddy," talking about me. And then my oldest said, "Yeah, that's my daddy too." And she's like, "Yeah, because I have 2 sisters, you and Araya." Yeah, and then all was good. She still processed. You could tell she like, I don't see you here all the time, but you my sister, all right. Okay, you way older. You look like mama more than you look like me, but okay, you my sister. And then Maraca got a call, FaceTime, from her sister on the other side of the family, the modern family, right? So her mother's daughter, which is obviously from a different father. So then he picks up the phone, little Chloe on the phone, and my daughter, my itty bitty's like, "Oh, who's that?" And she's like, "Oh, that's my sister." She said, "That's not your sister. That's your friend." Because she ain't trying to hear or break down that construction. And instead of breaking it down, my oldest daughter, you know what she said? "Yeah, that's just my friend." She's like, "I ain't got time for all this and try to break this down, step this and step mama that and step daddy that." So that was hilarious to see. And we got some explanations going forward that we must have. All right, other than that, you know, people have been putting this title on me, and it's something that I knew from my old ESPN days, being an ombudsman. You guys know what that is? Somebody who internally kind of keeps it real about where they are and what they're up to. Yeah, you know what I mean? The critic of the critics, as they will say. People like that lane, what I'm doing, on top of everything else, but they said that lane right there is unique to this experience. So, you know, I am interested in covering sports media like they cover sports. Ooh, and if they doing the right thing, then this is gonna feel good. If they doing the wrong thing, this might not feel as good, if you know what I'm saying. So don't call me that dude, call me that decoder, right? I'm gonna decode all the stuff that I see out there because I find it very intriguing how they're covering people. And, you know, they're talking about sports, which is the meritocracy, ultimate meritocracy, right? It's our gathering spot. Like our last bit congregation is not even the church anymore. Or if it is the church, so many denominations, we all ain't together anyway. So it's not so much how church is or certainly was, it's where sports are right now. And we need to make sure we police the police because them suckers out there set tripping, as I like to say growing up. All right, let's think about this situation right here in Philadelphia where maybe Joel Embiid is set tripping because he wants a title, whether it's with the 76ers or another team. So Joel Embiid might be done trusting the process in Philly if the 76ers fail to play for a championship in their near future. Embiid said, "I just want to win a championship, whatever it takes." I got a good Embiid. It ain't great, but it ain't bad. He said this in the interview with Maverick Carter, who always got his legs crossed. Every time I see Maverick Carter, that's that success look. Like, yeah, all right, I ain't phased, whatever. Brian, my boy, I'm doing my thizzle, what it do. So they had an interview at the Uninterrupted Sports Film Festival. Damn, Uninterrupted got it going on. Good job, LeBron. He said, quote, "I don't know where that's going to be, whether that's in Philly or anywhere else. I just want to have a chance to accomplish that." I want to see what it feels like to win that first one. And then you can think about the next one. It's not easy, but it takes more than 1 or 2, 3 guys. You got to have good people around you. And myself, every single day, I work hard to be at that level so I can make it happen. So every single day, I'm working towards that. He said he loves the challenge, man, of hearing other players mentioned for MVP and proving himself. That's real. I understand the business is fun. At the end of the day, I think of it like this. I'm extremely blessed. Embiid's not been asked, or he hasn't asked or requested a trade from Philadelphia, right? He's not looking to go anywhere, and they're not looking to trade him. He has 3 more years on this deal, plus a player option on a max contract. And Sam Amick, y'all know him from The Athletic, reported in response to this quote that asked for the question of whether Embiid might be trying to leave Philly anytime soon. High-ranking Sixers source told The Athletic that Embiid or his representatives have not shared any such message with the team. In fact, the organization's belief remains that Embiid would love to go the way of Dirk or Kobe and stay with one team for his entire career. Okay, all right, let me grab my phone right now because I think, yeah, it is. That's Damian Lillard on line 1, right? Don't we seem like we going down that same path we going down with Dame right now with Joel Embiid? No one knows the future and success of this team. Will they ever win a championship? But if you had to put your life on it, you're not betting that they will. I mean, they seem stuck in second-round purgatory in terms of their ceiling. So, Dame Dollar on line 1, because we see how that goes. What happens? Look, it's hard enough to make yourself great, like Dame Dollar, like Joel Embiid. And then you're going to try to roll the dice and hope you got the necessary team construction and great assets to win a championship. When I remind you that if all things are equal, everyone has a 3% chance of winning a championship. And all things ain't equal, right? So maybe Embiid and the Sixers are a little better than the average, right? Well, yeah, 5, 6, 7% chance. You're going to roll the dice on your career for a 6% chance? Think about this. So he's not pressed right now, as he shouldn't be. But fans going to keep pressing him. Yep. And they're going to be at his neck. Remember Dame Dollar, how he used to sound, whether it was on the court, how he balled off the court in his interviews, or in the studio on his songs, like loyal to the fullest, right? Now, how long will it take before all that pressure from them fans pressing on him will he cave? He ain't Dirk. He ain't Kobe. And I ain't talking about the talent. I'm talking about Kobe won 5 chips in LA, won 3 pretty early in his career to the point he could relax. He got the equity. All right, did for y'all. Even Dirk. Remember when Dirk had that first round exit? Everybody's like, dawg, what the? You had the number 1 seed. What you? Okay, they were at his neck. Then he won that championship underdog style against LeBron. And then all of a sudden, everything changed, right? But they were at his neck. If he didn't win that championship, he'd just go out there and play up to their standard. They win. Then what happens, right? So that's the point. How long will Embiid be in that position? Because Kobe got him early, Dirk got him mid to late, but still they were at his neck. What about Embiid? 29, still in your prime, but how long you going to be there before all of a sudden that Dame Dollar line, it become a 3-way where he calling me and he calling you Embiid because it's time to get up out of there. So I just saw a lot of the stars in this same predicament in every sport get eaten alive by that public pressure that y'all put on them as fans. So is Embiid putting the Sixers on notice is a question we're going to talk about in them comments. Or is this already a foregone conclusion that one day, you know how it goes, like Dame Dollar, I'm going to leave, I'm going to get up out of here? Or do you think the Sixers front office should be worried? It doesn't seem like they are just yet. Coming up next on Never Shut Up, I'm going to tell you who is worried or what group is worried. Them running backs. If you got to do this for a living, oh, you stressing right now because they are going with an anti-running back narrative, and they are upset. Let's discuss that next from the former running back myself on Never Shut Up, Brinks TV, Reese TV. Yeah. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. I feel that love. Nah, no. Right here, man. Y'all gonna get some of that love. And you know, Friday Swagger Way, we got the book right here. Right here. And then we got these books and cards that go out to anybody who can guess the exact day and time. We hit 100K. Okay. And this, man, I am a good guy giving away this because I don't think I got another one. But I got this white joint too, just like this. Cocaine is cocaina. I'm going to get that one away too as well when we get into the season. All right, let's talk about my favorite position because it was the position I played growing up. It was the position that got me started, like hammer. It got me started. Oh, I was a balling ass running back. Can't lie about that till I got big, fat, and full. All right, here we go. NFL stars furious at Matt Miller from ESPN for his trash anti-running back narrative. Let's talk through it. Over the past several years, running back position, we already know, radically undervalued across the NFL as teams opt not to give veteran running backs lucrative contracts. Instead, opting to use the franchise tag, lock them in, and to sign and draft younger, cheaper players, right? That's how the game goes now, especially at that position. Strategy that ESPN NFL draft analyst Matt Miller openly and explicitly, like an NWA album, endorsed as star running backs Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley failed to reach long-term deals with their teams. And he took a lot of heat for his stance from some star players. All right, so here's what Matt Miller said. Been saying it for years. Draft the running back number 1, play the running back number 2. If he's good, 3, franchise tag the running back one time, and then draft a running back. Rinse and repeat. So Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, Jonathan Taylor all put him on blast on Twitter. Austin Eckler tweeted, "This is the kind of trash that has artificially devalued one of the most important positions in the game. Everyone knows it's tough to win without a top running back, and yet they act like we are discardable widgets." Smart dude. I support any running back doing whatever it takes to get his bag. Derrick Henry, King Henry, said, "At this point, just take the running back position out the game then. The ones that want to be great and work as hard as they can to give their all to an organization just seems like it don't even matter. I'm with every running back that's fighting to get what they deserve." And then here's Jonathan Taylor mocking Miller. He said, "If you're good enough, they'll find you. If you work hard enough, you'll succeed. If you succeed, you boost the organization, and then doesn't matter, you're a running back." Man, okay, so all this is getting lost. Pollard did sign his tag like, look, I was a backup for all these years to Ezekiel Elliott, and now he gone. Oh, I'm going to sign my tag. So Pollard, even though he's a beast, Tony is not in this conversation. Dalvin Cook is still unemployed right now, despite him having another productive year last year. Ezekiel Elliott, obviously not in Dallas right now, signed a long-term deal, 27 years young. And that big fat deal is the reason why they had to kick him out of Dallas. Been there before as well. So now, what is going to happen to this position? Okay, y'all know me, or y'all getting to know me. I am the truth teller, and that's what I am always intending to do. Despite if it makes me look bad, despite if it's not what everyone thinks I should say, despite if it doesn't represent me well, the truth is my loyalty. Okay, so I hate to agree, but facts over feelings right now. Man, I hate to agree with devaluing the position, but the position needs to be devalued. Okay, we are no longer playing Ivy League, 1800, we started football in college. We're not playing that. We're not doing student body right, student body left. We are no longer doing 3 yards in a cloud of dust. We are not going, hey, pitch it over here. Look, oh my God, look at him run. We're not doing that anymore. You want to know why? Because we've evolved and the game has evolved as well. And sorry, running backs, you guys are becoming extinct for a reason. Because running the football is the path of most resistance. I played running back. You got that rock in your hand? Woo! Talking about being a fine girl at the club. Everybody on your head, right? And you're like, God dang. And you got to run typically between the tackles where the 300-pounders live, right? Where there's 7 guys in the box, 8, 9 guys in the box. Or the path of least resistance. Let's just have a quarterback and a wide receiver duo, and let's throw that ball to him. Who is guarding him? When he's dripping wet, he's 182 pounds. Okay, so one move, Justin Jefferson, Mr. 99. Here we go, touchdown 6. Okay, now, it's not just that layer. It's also the layer that the rules support, that now the passing game is the path of least resistance. Why? Because you can't even touch them. You can't even touch them, certainly after 5 yards. They're defenseless. You better not hit them, etc. The rules are even supporting and accelerating this decline and devaluing of the running back position. And it is what it is. And it should be that way. Let me tell you why. Running the football is exactly like in boxing what a jab is. It's a setup punch now, right? Because the knockout blow is going to come from that passing game. All right? So you can think, oh, Marcellus, you hate him. Okay. Let's go to the top, not even the top running back, just the top yards per carry. Every time I get that rock, what's going to be my yards per carry? 6.1. Let's go to yards per catch, top dogs, not the top receiver, just yards per catch, 20. Wait a minute, 3X? That part. So in football terms, if you're coaching, you're almost saying, we get 3 times the returns, or it may be 3 times as easy to just throw the ball. Look at New England. New England, when they didn't even have the running game, you know what they would do? They would have the short passing game, which was the running game. They were like, all right, just right here. Tom Brady. It's effective. Now, the ego gets hurt when somebody running the ball down your throat because they're controlling the pace. They're methodically beating you. They're killing you with a depth of 1,000 paper cuts, 4 yards, 6 yards, 3 yards. And all of that took 3 minutes off the clock. You're like, damn, will they hurry up? If they gonna score, let's go. Meanwhile, touchdown. It's just easier. It's just simpler. That's what's happening to the running backs. They've lost their knockout power because of the evolution of the sport. Now they've been relegated to being the jab. Set them up with the running game, right? Keep them honest with the running game, correct? But don't go out there and try to win a shootout with the running game. Think about it. I don't give a damn how much you love running backs like me. I love running backs. I used to be a running back. I was in college as a running back. Love the position, but it is what it is, dog. Do you know how hard it would be to win a shootout trying to run the football against a team that's got, wake me up when they score. Oh, they scored? Okay, him alone. All right, I'll be right back. All right, wake me up when they score. It's like that. Man, it's like a machine versus some hands. And them hands got to evolve. So whose side are you on? You on Miller or are you on the running back side? I hate to say it, but the truth calls me and it sets me free. Should running backs be paid more? Y'all thinking that? What should they do to get paid more? I know what they should do. Play receiver. I'm sorry. Like the running backs, do you have a problem with NFL analysts in the media perpetrating or perpetuating a narrative? That's what I should say. Like this. I don't think it's a narrative. I think it's just real. They like, dog, it is what it is. That shit hurt playing running back. That's why they be getting tapped out and hurt. That's why so many carries and they just ain't got it no more. I wish you the best, and I hope that it works out for you. But doesn't mean you deserve it if you ain't out there getting it. Coming up next on Never Shut Up, somebody who out there getting it right now is Stephen A. Smith. And somebody getting at him is Dan Batard, because he's like, yo, you ain't got no problem with me, bruh. Your problem is with Jamil Hill. But you ain't gonna go there, are you? Woo! Well, I'm gonna go there. Let's talk through it next. Oh, Never Shut Up brings TV, reads TV. Gang, gang. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus. Wiley, love for you guys. You know why, because y'all supporting your boy. So let me hook you back up with some Friday swag away. Wop, wop. Got that. Ooh, Magic Johnson said something about me. Yeah, I like Marcellus. All right, here we go. We got the contest right here. That's me not getting a sack, but running around on the football field. Hook you up with some playing cards, or I can hook you up with this straight out of Jersey. Y'all know what it is, but let's get into the story because y'all don't know what this is. Dan Le Batard, Stephen A. Smith's problem is not actually with me. It's what Jamel Hill said. Man, talking about knowing everybody in this one. It's going to be fun. It's no secret, all right. Le Batard, Stephen A. Smith, they got their differences. They do it respectfully, but they got their differences. You can smell it, you can hear it, you can tell. So Le Batard caused chaos in the sports media world earlier this year. Remember we covered that story when he bluntly told Stephen A. Smith he hates what First Take hosts him and Skip Bayless have done to sports television. After appearing stunned by the criticism, we know Stephen A. fired back, asking Le Batard, what about you? Remember that? That was hilarious. So they remain friendly. They still get some love going on. But at the same time, it ain't over. They keep talking at each other, right? So he responded to this Smith quote from last week. This is what Stephen A. was talking about. What his ass been doing? Accounting? Didn't he have highly questionable? Was our daddy on the show with us? That was you. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about your comfort. You was on the show just looking at your father saying hi and giving him a hug and kiss. You were debating. That's what you were doing. It amazes me how somebody like a Dan Le Batard will sit up there and lament the state of affairs in the industry you're participating in. You're sitting on the air. I don't know how long ago it was with Jamel Hill talking about it's a great, great thing you left. Really? Okay, probably is. So you can smell the subtle shots that's in there, if not the direct shots that are in there, right? So Dan laughed off the quote as saying that basically, Stephen A., you must not watch my show because it wasn't a debate show. He's like, Stephen A. Smith doesn't have time. He's too busy talking all over the rest of the network to watch any of what's happening on shows elsewhere on the network. Basically, you must have took a glimpse of the show and didn't really watch it or dive into it because it wasn't a debate show, and it really wasn't. It was like take comedy, family. It was like some bizarro world stuff, but it wasn't like, let's go out there and debate. So Le Batard took issue with another quote that he didn't think was fair criticism. He's like, I got in trouble all the time because I was always saying at ESPN microphones while taking ESPN's money that ESPN should be covered the way it covers others. And it's a real blind spot at the network that it doesn't. Yes, that is facts. I used to sit there and like, damn, Le Batard don't care about working where he's working at. Le Batard's going in on home team. Yes, he was. I remember that. But I understand why he would arrive at this particular viewpoint. That part about this that was, to me, in the shadows and more objectionable than some of the stuff we're talking about is his problem is not actually with me. It's with what Jamel Hill said on our platform. This is more complicated because I'm a much easier target for him to put a name on than going after the black female, that he also respects, that he doesn't want to start that back and forth when it's easier to just frame it under me when I didn't say the thing he objected to. Le Batard believes that Smith took an issue with the phrase they wanted black faces, they didn't necessarily want black voices. And that was from Jamel Hill a couple years ago. All right, so there's a whole long quote about that. But Jamel Hill basically said that she took an L when she was hosting SportsCenter and her time at ESPN because she was out there being very, very intentional about what she was talking about. And they were reacting and said that people didn't want to hear political talk or racial talk, etc., right? So she ends up saying that exact quote. They wanted black faces. They didn't necessarily want black voices. And that's how it came off, right? And so because of that, we wound up paying the price, end quote, for her. All right, so Le Batard finally chimes in on this before I give y'all all that y'all need to button this up. He's like, look, I understand I'm getting bothered by that insult, but your problem isn't with me. You should take that up with her publicly if the objection is I don't like being told that I'm somebody who's kept by the company. Whew. Even as you write in your book that you wake up every day thinking of ways to make money for the company, and you're the ones they throw out there when Dana White gets in trouble and they got all sorts of conflict of interest and they need somebody to get a voice to something. And you talk about how you're friends with Dana White. Wow, you're cover. Your objection is not actually with me. And I would love to discuss this with him in a form that wasn't, let's see who can win an argument. Let's debate. Let's just talk like human beings. Okay. Now, everybody's dancing around this and not really dancing like I'm scared. Dancing like, yo, respect, but do you want to go here, right? So, between Batard and Stephen A. and Jamel Hill's comment, we are now starting to form this narrative that we already had, or at least I've seen out there and I've heard, that Stephen A. gets triggered. Everyone has their triggers, but his trigger is when you start looking and peeking and want to see his black card. Remember that? Remember T.O. coming on the show? And how T.O. got him all messed up, all ruffled up because of what happened. And a lot of the contention that we perceive from Stephen A. and Max Kellerman really hit its apex in that moment. From there, it just felt different. I don't know if it was different, but it sure looked different, correct? So that black card wonder, I don't know Stephen A. deeply like that. I know he's from Queens. Outside of that, and he played basketball growing up. That's it. Everything else is what he does now. So I don't know why that happened, because I know with Max, the black card, all of a sudden that became an issue because I've worked with Max, as y'all know. You work with Max, and if Max is really Max, free Max, like the dude I know Max, oh, he gonna know what the culture knows. He gonna know whatever that's gonna make people say, oh, we gonna invite him. Yeah, he coming to the cookout. For real. And then if you black with him, they gonna look at you like, oh, Max is harder than you. Max is realer than you. Whatever you gonna say that Max is more down than you. That happens. It happened to me. And I'm from LA. Max was from Watts. He made that up, but that was funny. And I'm from Compton, for real. So it was like, oh man, Max from Watts and you from Compton, and we used to have this little fun with it. But it ain't always funny if that's your trigger. And like Stephen A. has shown before with the T.O. comments, and now potentially these Jamel Hill comments, he don't play that. Homie don't play that. Now, her point is interesting because, and I know Jamel, obviously, and we disagree a whole lot. A whole lot. I'm surprised we still really the homies like that because we be disagreeing publicly too. But here's the thing. She has a point of saying this. Like, I'm on campus, ESPN campus. I'm the activist. I'm putting it out there. I'm letting you know I'm walking that walk and talking that talk. And she, in that comment, without saying his name, but now we start narrowing it down, who you talking about? Talking about Damian Woody? Like, stop playing. You know what you're talking about. Black voices for cover, etc. And it's like that dynamic on campus. Y'all know it. We all been to college, right? Or at least some campus form. Where it's like the ones who are sitting there, they're the activists, the hunger strikers, right? The ones who are out there protesting. And then you got some people in the same predicament, let's say black people in this one, and they just chilling. I'm the star athlete. I'm going to class. Oh, you got issues with this campus? Oh, really? Well, you should be with me, or you should be me, right? And it's that kind of situation. So when you see Batard sitting there like, hey, bruh, do not displace that aggression. Do not bring that smoke to me. Or bring the smoke to me. Let's talk through it. But while we talking through it, let's talk about all of it. And that includes other people. And I'm like, damn, if this come to a head, it's going to be something. Now, I just know all of these situations for what they are. I know the dynamic Stephen A. to Max. I know if you bring on Max Kellerman to your show and you're like, you know what? I'm looking forward to working with you because we come from different worlds. And, you know, I would love for you to give me the white male perspective. Max might look back at you and be like, what's that? I'm telling y'all, it's a whole different animal over there. It's hilarious. Now, and that's not a problem in itself, except if somebody like T.O., Mr. T.O. Pom-Pom himself come on there and check you like that, then you got real problems. I don't want any problems with any of y'all, but you know, truth, wow, that truth gonna set me free. But then Skip sits there all that time not getting into this with Stephen A., right? Isn't that interesting? Then Stephen A. gets Max, and all of a sudden, kaboom, we got some problems. How come that didn't work out? Some of these undertones are a part of that. So get triggered by T.O., and all of a sudden Dan is like, nah, dog, Jamel calling you out, and you ain't said nothing in 2 years? Woo! And now you're going to be over here passive-aggressive or displace your aggression at me? We got to talk. Not that we have problems. We got to talk. So I'm asking y'all think this is personal, this beef is real, or you think it's just deflection and using Jamil Hill in an argument? Be careful how y'all respond to this. And should Stephen A. talk to Batard about this, and they should iron out the issues? That's how I like to do it. Just talk through it, man. Ain't nobody scared of nobody. But at the same time, people do have brands to protect. So who knows if we ever make this happen. Well, coming up next on Never Shut Up, my favorite part of this show, Wiley's World. Gonna funk up some comments, and then we're gonna hit you with a Wileyism, right? We're gonna have this thing tight. Let's get through it next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV, Reach TV. Bang, bang. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. Love for you guys, man, because I always hook you up with that Friday swag away. The Wiley's World members on YouTube eligible to win this, but everybody's eligible to win when we going over 100K. When we going over, huh? So you get me trying to get a sack, not getting it in this one, but it does say on the back, makes dynamic pass plays and against the run. So we'll see. And we got this jersey right here. What's up, boy? How you feel? Should try this thing on and stretch it out a little bit right there. That could be yours. Just go to our community section and put in on the post exact date and time we go over 100K. All right now is the time for me to funk up some comments and talk about what we talked about yesterday from your perspective, right? Because you know me, I don't like talking to y'all, I like talking with y'all. So this is your opportunity in the comment section. So let's talk about Jay Billis calls out Rand Paul. That's a funny name, Rand Paul. Sound like the police after you, Rand Paul. Anyone that is against the athletes making the money that they create for businesses either have no idea how it works or they are frankly jackasses that like exploiting kids. Yeah, or there's another option too. They know how it works and they're jackasses. And there's another level to it. Like we don't want them getting theirs. All right, so let's be honest. As long as coaches were making $3 or $4 million a year, that's cool. Rand Paul, it's not about race. I just don't like to see black kids getting paid too. It ain't about race, just don't like black people getting paid. Crazy. NFL versus Jim Trotter. As much as I love Jim Trotter as a journalist, I can't agree with his stance for the fact I've seen multiple firsthand interviews my family members have been through for an NFL Super Bowl champion team, but that's also a personal view. Well, that whole NFL versus Jim Trotter thing is interesting because it just seems like they just weren't aligned, and maybe they pandered, maybe they lied to him, or maybe he came in hotter than they expected. But sometimes they say, yeah, come on in with, whoa, you bringing all that? That's too much. You know, one of those situations. Lamar Jackson, racism from Mike Martz. People who always look for racism will find it all the time, whether it's there or not. Woo! Say that Wileyism right there. Like anything, man. If you look for it, like, you ain't got to look for racism. Just look through your girl's phone. You're going to find you a text. I don't care if it's to her brother. You're going to look and say, who this? Who ain't been there? Who this? Oh, that's Jack. Who Jack? That's my brother. Oh, I thought his name was Jonathan. What the hell? Come on, man. So, look, in situations we were talking about yesterday with Lamar Jackson, it's kind of tough. You boxed in. Can you criticize him for real or not? Just because of what he's been through, obviously what the position's been through, obviously what he's been through, and they told him to switch positions after he won a damn Heisman, and then the year after the Heisman played even better. That's crazy. But we'll talk through it. I'm just mad how much he's flamed these guys while at the same time praising the hell out of dudes like Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold. Yeah, that could be a lot of racial, and that also could be some bad analysis, including the one on Lamar Jackson, right? So if you bad at it, you just bad at it. You ain't just bad on Lamar or wrong on Lamar, you wrong everywhere, black and white. My parents were born in 48 as well. They laugh at this stuff we call racism. You can criticize every quarterback except Lamar. Equality means he can be criticized. Whoa, you think like me. Like, look, dog, y'all ain't got to protect me. I don't give a damn what you think. I'm underserved. Growing up, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Mama wanted them food stamps. I just wanted to eat. I don't know what we would do without the food stamps, though. But the whole point is that. You know what's interesting about that whole conversation about Lamar Jackson? Because a lot of times it does turn into black and white. It gets really simplified. And, you know, they're like, well, he won a Heisman. And they wouldn't ask anybody else that won a Heisman to ever switch positions if they weren't black. Then you'd be like, oh, Tim Tebow, line one. You'd be like, damn it. But then you'd be like, oh, it was obvious Tim Tebow wasn't good. I was like, well, we are moving the conversation. I think in these situations, people get so emotionally involved that they move the conversation. Is it a black and white conversation, or is it based on the merits and what you think of them at that position? Because if you say black and white, then Tim Tebow is a comp. But if you're not, if you're like, no, but he wasn't as good, well, now it's not as racial. Y'all catching this? This is how they get cats caught up so long, so strong, and going sideways. And I know people just eat up their time arguing something, got case after case. Right now, the top quarterbacks are all being paid. Like top 10, it's like number 1 is black, number 3, 4, 5. Like it's just like it's the Skittles right now. It's up and it's up. So we come a long way at the position. Is it going to always be perfect, ever be perfect? No, because it's never been that way for the other side as well. So let's just not pick a side and just really talk through it. But I just thought it was interesting seeing all the responses that it just really got black and white almost. And some people were nuanced, and hopefully they will gather more in the middle. All right, y'all. Y'all know how we finish every show. We finish it with a Wileyism. Yeah. I love this one. Keep campaigning, and one day you're gonna get elected. Yeah, keep on woofing, homie. You're gonna get some. Or keep trying, keep going after it. One day you'll get it. Like keep campaigning, and one day you'll get elected. Wherever you putting that energy, wherever you putting that effort, wherever you putting that mind, that attention, which is the invention, right? Attention is the invention. Oh, it's gonna come to life. Oh yeah. It's funny because I was growing up and I saw some very obvious choices made by people in my peer group. Some wanted to be the cool kid. Some wanted to be the gangster. Some wanted to be like the ladies' man. Some wanted to be the class clown. And they all won. For real. Like, oh, you want to be a class clown? Oh, he funny. He disrupted in the class. Oh, he hilarious. Oh, you want to be the gangster? Oh, dog, you heard what he did? You how much work he put in? You know what he did? Ooh, I can't even tell you, homie. And you're like, I'm not lying. I think in the 90th percentile, everyone who chose a lane that was intentional won in that lane. Problem was, should they have chose that lane, right? It was a dead end. It was a cul-de-sac. You got to come back. You can't live your life being a class clown. That ain't going to work. You got to sit there, listen, study, not always disrupt, correct, etc. So it's crazy because people were on their campaign missions to get elected at what they wanted to be. And I did as well, which was my balancing act of being an academic and an athlete. Simple as that. It wasn't like difficult. It wasn't like, oh my God, what should I do? I was like, I could do this and I could do that. I'm gonna do both. And that's life, right? So just remember that when you're putting your energy out there, you're putting your efforts out there, your intentions, your attention, like be careful, keep campaigning. And one day, you're going to get elected. That's actually a positive to me, not a negative. That'll do it for today's episode of Never Shut Up. All right, y'all, got love for you right now. I am about to go. Save the little voice I got left. Lift every voice and sing. Man, I remember that song. Love for you guys. Friday swag away going down. Jump in them comments for that 100 KKK. Love you guys out there.